Welcome to another episode of the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards. This is the show where we celebrate the fiercest women in rock and metal from around the world. Today, we're diving into the crushing new era of Selias. The band is stepping into darker and heavier territory with the addition of dual vocalists, Neil and Ania, bringing a powerful new dynamic to their cinematic and atmospheric sound. Their latest chapter builds on the foundation of Kill Karma while pushing deeper into aggression, emotion, and precision. A new album coming out later this year, Nine Lives. They've got some tour dates coming up this summer as well. And joining me today is Ania from Selias. Welcome to the Metal Queens podcast.
Hello, hello. So glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, first off, congratulations on joining this band. How does it feel to officially be part of this new era of Selias?
Oh man, it feels amazing. We've gained some new fans. We've done a lot of new stuff, and we were going to a lot of new places. We got a lot of new things going on. So it's made me feel like I have a purpose again in life, to be honest with you. So I've been very thankful for the experience.
Yeah, that's big, having a purpose in life. So, what initially drew you to this band?
Aside for Love of Metal, I actually saw them live a couple of times, and they really caught my eye with their energy on stage and their sound. It wasn't quite fitting into any subgenre, in my opinion, and that's what really caught my ear to Selias. I thought it was really cool. Like they had their own unique sound. So,
Yeah, this band has described this as a turning point. What do you think defines this new chapter musically and emotionally?
well, I definitely say our biggest turning point is the fact that Selias went from one vocalist to two vocalists. On top of that, having that male and female, like the duo vocalist thing. So I feel like emotionally, we're putting in double the emotion of what Selias had before, and basically just trying to change things up. And yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, the dual vocalists you're mentioning. Neil is the other vocalist, the other new member of the band. How would you describe the chemistry so far between you and Neil and the rest of the band?
So it's actually been a breath of fresh air, like I'd say, because I was even talking to Steve the other day, who's the guitarist of the band. He even mentioned he said that there's absolutely no egos between anybody in the band. So it's been such an easy friendship and business connection since we all started. It's really easy to get things going with the band. It's easy to get along with all the guys, so it makes creating music absolutely a breeze. So I'm really it's been a big relief, let's just say that.
Anya, I want to talk to you about your vocal style. Your guttural vocals bring a constant intensity to the music. How did you develop your vocal style over the years?
So originally I actually had a guy from Evil Villain coach me through my vocals at the start, because before it was lots of trial and error. I would watch a lot of David Bonitez online. He does a lot of like the vocal stuff and lessons. And Chris Liepe is another one who basically is really good at coaching online. But yeah, like with the original coach that I was talking from Evil Villain, he basically taught me how to have my own sound. Like he said, don't focus on what other people are doing. Don't try to sound like anybody else. Just do your vocals however they feel right to you in a safe way so that you don't wreck your voice and just create your own sound. He's like, don't focus on anybody else. And that's literally exactly what I did. So I've been very thankful for that experience, and it's helped me to develop my style vocals, which I would say are still like I have my own sound for sure, but I'd like to learn more technique and more different styles of vocals as well.
So you're focused on yourself with your vocals. Your coach told you to do that. But tell me about your
Yep.
influences growing up, both male and female metal artists.
So I definitely say Tatiana from Ginger. She was
Mm.
she was a big one for that. She does a lot of clean vocals as well, which I don't do or really don't have any future plans to do the cleans. Leave that for Neil. Um, but I'd definitely say Mitch Lucker from Suicide Silence was a huge, huge influence for me. Originally, I basically started off with A Day to Remember, bands like I Set My Friends on Fire, and then it slowly progressed into Suicide Silence, Molotov Solution. Ginger was always kind of in the background there. So, yeah, I'd say those are my biggest influences out of all of them. That
Yeah.
kind of got me into metal, and then it just progressed more and more into what today is bands like Crown Magnetar and Whitechapel, Face Yourself. I love Face Yourself,
Mm,
and Brat as well. Actually, she's been on my like that. Her band has been on my radar lately. I love her live performance.
yeah. Tatiana comes up here a lot on the Metal Queens podcast, and we just had Yasmin from Face Yourself on recently as too as
Oh wow,
well.
that's amazing.
Do you approach vocals more emotionally, technically, or somewhere in between?
I would say definitely emotionally, and when I find myself getting too emotional, that's where I have to catch myself on the technical side, so I don't get too emotional because then obviously that's when kind of mistakes start to happen if you get too emotional about it. But yeah, I'd say somewhere in between.
I'm always interested on how you and singers protect their voices, especially with the guttural screams that you do. How do you protect your voice? Now you're going to be going out on the road here. You got some tour dates coming up.
Yep. Yep. So I there's a I do how do you say it, like the vocal warm-ups that they post up online, and a little bit of mix of my own stuff to kind of try to prepare my voice for the tour. And anytime, make sure that anytime that I do practice or before recording, I always do like a 15-minute vocal warm-up. Drink some tea with honey. That's another thing that really helps, and lots of steam inhalation. That helps as well. And no talking in between. We're just all like hand signals throughout tours and stuff, and between shows, it's like don't talk to me, or
Rest it.
talk to me, but I can't talk back to you.
Yeah, rest those vocal cords.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
the album Nine Lives coming up later this year. Are there certain songs on this album that really challenged you vocally?
Yes, definitely. So the headlining song of Nine Lives is Nine Lives, so I can at least say that because it's already in the album. It's already being talked about. So Neil went pretty hard on one of the verses that is mainly him, but as his backup vocals on that part, it's been a challenge to basically keep up with the speed of things that he's doing, which I think is very impressive. So it's definitely pushing my boundaries a little bit harder on that song, and I'm really looking forward to. We we practiced it yesterday, and I was just having a great time, and we're just really looking forward to show everybody what it is. And I think once it's out, it'll be understandable to see what I was talking about.
Tell me about the songwriting process in the band. Is it mainly Steve or you and Neil are contributing a lot now too?
Yep, it's all of us. So we all like to get into a room together. That's been our main writing process. We do have our own separate times where we write as well. But before, I always just wrote by myself. Like previously with songwriting, I would just write the lyrics and the flows. So it was definitely a big change coming into the band and writing with the band. But before, I always thought I'm like, there's no way I'll be able to write on the spot. Like I have to be, you know, locked in a room away from everybody, just kind of sitting there for hours writing and writing. But it's actually been a lot easier writing with people, like especially in your band, because there's so many creative ideas and flows going around, and you kind of just deliver a flow, and somebody says, "No, that's too repetitive," or "Oh, that sounds great," and then they add their own stuff to it as well. So it's been really good to write with the band. A lot easier, I'll say.
And you've been with the band how long now?
We've been working for a couple of months now, but officially we joined the band about a month ago.
So
Officially.
a month in, and some tour dates coming up as well. There's some dates in July: Memphis, St. Louis, Des Moines. You got a date in Canada too. What can fans expect from Selias live now that this new lineup is in place?
Definitely hectic energy on stage. We want to bring it as heavy as we can. We want to be definitely putting on a great show. We love to interact with the crowd, even jump into the crowd. Like we've done that for our last couple of shows, and it's received really good vibes from the crowd. So we tend to keep doing that, putting on a great show and letting the people hearing our music and just deliver fierce vocals.
Metal fans, of course, are incredibly passionate. What has the reaction been like from fans since this announcement?
So actually, this is another thing that I was a little worried about coming in as a
Sure.
female into a male only band. Originally, I thought maybe fans might be a little upset that it's now also like a female vocalist. But surprisingly, the reviews have been, so far at shows at least, have been amazing. Like getting people to come up and even sign autographs and stuff like that. So it's been like taking pictures. It's been so cool. And the fans have been great. The Selias fans have welcomed us with open arms. So,
Of course, you're based in Canada now. You're originally from Russia. How did you get into music?
well, I played piano for 15 years, classical music. So it started off with that. Started listening to metal about uh, age of 15. And then initially, I ended up dating somebody from the music world within the metal scene. And they actually said that I kind of have a good voice for metal. So I was like, I never pictured being a vocalist before. This wasn't even a thing on my radar. It's something that I've dreamed of forever, but I'm not a singer, so I never thought I'd be able to get there. And even years ago, it was very taboo for women to scream. So I never thought of it. And he's like, "Well, why don't you just try?" And then that's when I started to kind of look into it. And we broke up. So of course I wrote a hate song, and that started my love for music and just creating and working towards being an artist and a musician.
So the hate song started your love for music.
It did, yes.
All right. Speaking of songs, Anya, what's a song outside of metal that people would be surprised that you love?
This is gonna get a lot of hate because this is like a recent this well, I don't think it's gonna get a lot of hate, but it might get me a couple of virtual slaps over the screen, but it's so bad. Taylor Swift, she has that new song, something Ophelia, but I've just
Yeah.
been it's been running in the background. And then I'd say Paradise by Phil Collins. That's an original. Me and my
Oh,
sister
yeah.
did karaoke. Yeah, karaoke of that song last Halloween, dressed as Corona bottles. That was pretty awesome.
And he's talking about maybe touring again. His health isn't out well,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah,
wow,
I read that recently. Yeah. Yeah. You know
would
what?
love to see that.
I do get Taylor and Sabrina Carpenter and Brett Heat on here,
Yeah,
either as early influences or songs they love that you wouldn't think of. I do get that a lot. All right. So you got the live dates coming up in July again: Memphis, St. Louis, Des Moines, Canada too. SeliasMetal.com for more info on those tour dates, specific dates. Nine Lives, the new album, that is due out later this year as well. I'm sure you'll have some more tour dates in the fall, um, coming too from Selias. Anya, thank you so much for joining me.
pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Good luck with the new album. Good luck with the tour this summer. And make sure you follow them too on social media for updates on all of that as they release probably some singles coming too in advance of the new album. And don't forget to subscribe to the Metal Queens podcast on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for watching and for listening. Stay metal. I'm Steve Richards. I will talk to you again next time.